Welcome to the Long Run with Joel and Christy. I'm Christy and I'm flying solo today because it's time for chatting with Christy or something like that. Can't figure out what I want to call it. Um, Chatting with Christy might be like tea Tuesday or having a coffee chat, but I'm not drinking tea at the moment and I'm kind of decreasing coffee intake, and so water. Um, But anyway, let's talk about my goals. Now, one of them was to increase my steps. Uh, to Back in October, I think it was, of last year, I was up to, I think I had gotten 400,000 steps. And then in November, I bought a different pair of shoes, and then I started having problems with my feet. And so it felt like I may have pulled a tendon in the back of my heel or something. I don't really know yet. Um, and So I took off all the way through November and December. So that was like 6 to 8 months. And so my thought was that would go for 10,000 steps a day in the January Steps Challenge, so that I would get 310,000 steps. It's been a challenge. I bought different pairs of shoes, some with arch support and stuff like that, and supposed to be really good for that. And I'm still having problems with a lot of pain, so it looks like I'm gonna have to go to the doctor and see if they can do something to make this one heel stop hurting. So I'll let you know how that goes, but I'm going to try to walk some. I'm just not pushing myself, but my goal was 10,000 steps a day, and I guess it's going to be according to whether or not the doctor can do anything for me, but I'm trying to up at least a little bit. Steps challenge is good to challenge yourself, but you also need to listen to your body, and if it's hurting in any way, you need to actually acknowledge that and take care of your body. A steps challenge doesn't help you if you end up hurting yourself more in the long run. So you got to be real careful with that. I'm still going to turn in my steps because, as we say all the time on the steps challenge videos, when we say it, all steps are important steps. It doesn't matter how many or how few. So turn them in, whether you got just a little bit of steps or you got a whole bunch of steps or somewhere in between. And so I'm still turning in what I did. It may not be as many as I hoped it would be. Anyway, so in other words, this month I may not make that 310,000 steps. I'm hoping that the doctor will be able to do something to help me so that I can get back to walking like I was in October. So I also have a goal to strength train 5 days a week, and I've always had that as a goal, but I wanted to up the amount of weights. I have been using um, a small amount, like 3 pound weights, for a long time, and I think that my body has just adjusted to that weight, and I should have gone up a long time ago. But anyway, I'll insert a picture of we had a gift card that we had for a little while that was from my health insurance company. Be sure to, when you get benefits like this, make sure that you take advantage of them. But anyway, it was a gift card from my health insurance company that I got for like doing certain things. And so we used it to buy a new set of weights, which I'll insert a picture of right there. But it allows me to lift weights anywhere from 3 pounds to 15-pound weights. And so I want to build on my ability to lift more than the 3 pound weights, because that's clearly I've gotten used to those. And you do have to increase your weights, and I should have done that a long time ago. But anyway, now I can. So hopefully that'll help me a little bit with strength training. I don't talk about weight on here. I will not talk about weight. I don't weigh myself. don't own a scale, won't be buying one. But I will tell you that, and I don't, also, I don't diet, like diet. I'm an intuitive eater in a way, but what I decided is I've never been one to get up and eat breakfast really early anyway. So what I'm going to do is start doing a little intermittent fasting, not a lot, and I'm not going to be pushing myself hard on that. And I'm not going to be doing it every day of the week. So what my plan is 3 days a week I will do intermittent fasting, like go till like around 11 or 12 o'clock. That's like I think it would be a 16-8 window for me. Um, and then I have like ideas of things that I want to eat to break the fast. And then on the other days, I want to start doing. I won't do an intermittent fast, but I will start my day with stuff like smoothies and bone broth and herbal teas and egg and bacon or an egg muffin, which, is like that. Different things like that. And then for lunch, I want to have either tuna or chicken salad because I have some stuff to make that already. That was for January. In February, I may do different food options. But the thing is that I want to make sure that I'm getting in things like bone broth and herbal teas and stuff like that. And then another thing I'm going to be doing is dinner meals. I'm going to substitute lower carb options when possible. And I know that is super vague, but what I just mean is if the recipe just has like rice on the side or pasta on the side or something like that, I will be using cauliflower rice, things like that. And then if it's like it's going to be on a bun, then maybe I'll eat a salad with the meat option or something like that without the bun, things like that. I'm not going keto, and I'm not or Atkins or anything like that. I just mean I just want to like reduce the pasta, potato, rice, and the bread as much as possible. But again, if it's something in the recipe that actually is inside of it, and me having a low carb one would mean having to cook something completely separate than everybody else is going to eat, then I'm probably not going to do it. I'll just eat with everybody else. So that's basically it. And the only other thing that we do the books, Judgment Cometh is my book for this month, which was written by Scott Pratt. He's an author out of that used to live, before he passed away, lived in Tennessee, in an area close to where we used to live. Not the exact same town we lived in, but it's very interesting reading his books because we actually know like the landmarks and places that he talks about, and even some of the stories that he mentions, even though the characters are fictional. So it's really interesting, reading a novel and knowing the actual landmarks instead of trying to picture them yourself, like where he's talking about. So that's pretty cool. And the only other thing that I was going to mention, and this, we don't make YouTube goals, but there is a portion of my health-related journey that I feel like has to do with YouTube that I'm going to mention, and that is that we get paid a very little amount out of YouTube. You would almost call that more of a hobby than a job, but it's what I do for a living. Basically, I do 4 videos a week, pretty much every week, 3 to 4. Right now I'm doing 4 as a little test to see how that goes. And sometimes with shorts contents, and I'll also do an Instagram and stuff like that. I was finding myself working every day of the week. I never took a day off. I would work late into the night, early in the morning, whatever. And what I've decided is that I am going to give myself a little break. And what I'm going to do is um, Sunday is my day off. You might find me actually reply to some comments from time to time on a Sunday, just if I find some downtime where I'm not really doing anything. I might pick up my phone and use the YouTube Studio app to reply to some comments. But and occasionally Joel and I might be recording a video on a Sunday afternoon because he works, and sometimes that's the only time we have to record a video. But I won't be watching videos, and I probably won't be commenting on videos, and I also won't be publishing a video on a Sunday. And what I mean by that is like, you might notice, like the monthly shout outs, we were saying it's the last Sunday of the month. It's time for our monthly shout outs. And now we say it's the last Saturday of the month. And that's me moving it over so that I don't have videos that are being published and going live on our channel on a Sunday anymore. So that Sunday is always my day off. And that's just me. I said, even though this is not a job, I need to treat it like a job, because otherwise I would never stop working. I would never have a day off, and I'd never have a break. And also, you'll see on Instagram, if you follow us there, that on Sundays, on either one of our Adventures on the Long Run account or the Long Run with Joel and Christy account on Instagram, I go radio silent on Sunday every week. And that's because, again, it's like my day off. I felt like I was working every single day from morning to night, doing either posting on Instagram, YouTube, or one of the accounts. So it was really getting to where I was working too much for things that are basically hobbies. I mean, I wouldn't mind if this wasn't considered a hobby and I was making enough from ad revenue someday that maybe I wouldn't consider it a hobby anymore. But I am not worried about that. But it's been 3 years of me working nonstop. So I felt like it was very important for me to start treating it like a job. I hope y'all understand that one. Anyway, so y'all be thinking about me, and I will give you an update next month on how my foot is going and whether or not, and what the doctor says, if I can get into a doctor before the end of the month to see about it. But until then, I'm just going to be taking it pretty slowly and getting steps, but maybe not as many steps as I was. So anyway, that is all I have for you today. And I hope that I can edit this down because I've made it too long. So anyway, I will talk to y'all later. And I hope that you enjoyed this little chat with me. And until the next time, this is Christy with The Long Run with Joel and Christy saying, it's a long run. Give yourself a little grace. Oh, and subscribe. Talk to y'all later. Bye.